Alright, 5, 4, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Alienware Arena Winter Season Week 5 NA. Yes, no shenanigans like we had this morning. We got ourselves a game live, and it's actually part of the tournament. There you go. Team Blue UG versus the Purple Team Agni Kai. I'm the FourCourtJester, and with me as always, Mr. Bird. Stream is the word.
The stream is where it is correct, and yeah, maybe if you heard me before, it's a little bit self-talking, but hey, I'm here today. It's gonna be a really fun one. Happy 2013 to you, Jester, / to everybody out there. I mean, if you heard from the youth side, then this is actually your second time, but hey, you know, it never hurts to be well-wishy for every kind of year.
Well-wishy.
Yes.
Well wishy-washy?
Possibly.
I have no idea where I'm going with that, but yeah, that's right. Happy New Year to you, sir. And yes, we are here week 5, starting things off on the NA side with a game of teams. We have met before on the left, UG United game, Ultimate Gaming, but I think this is the first time we've actually met Team Agni Kai, the TaK, and you can see they got all their names ready to go. It's like the doctors we saw earlier, all 5 team with their names in there. So yeah, UG got a few non-UG members in there, but I mean, I don't think we actually have any switch ups from last time we saw them. I remember Siege and Hecti and Nocturnal.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Lock, but yeah, I remember Tyro, and I definitely remember Matt because I think Matt was the one that did all the work last time. Yeah, same as the doctors, the TaK people. Very interesting to see. You know, don't know too much about Team Agni Kai, but again, I'm feeling like they didn't go from 0 to 30 with those names. They probably bought like a summoner name change that was actually cheaper, I think, during this winter season. So there you go, right? Giving the summoner names and all the people who can get the team names together and together for the season 3, where everything was going to be for Rankerage and doing all that S3 qualifier stuff that we might be possibly doing tomorrow too.
Yeah, that's going to be a long day tomorrow, Bird.
5 a.m. I know, right?
5 a.m. Yeah, but hey, for esports, that will be our chant between the games. So, guys, yeah, feel free to check us out tomorrow. FourCourtJester and the L3 IRD here on Twitch, and we'll be doing some of that. But for now, we do got the Alienware games ready to roll. So, Zamels are the bands: Zyra, Amumu, Malphite, Ezreal, Lee Sin, Shen. The Zamel strat.
Nothing too different about the bans. I mean, Lee Sin, Shen, and Mumu Malphite pretty much globally banned all throughout, just because they're global control and such like that in late game, early game, and mid game. So overall, that was very good bans. Ezreal, it's more of a ban that you don't want to face against a safe kind of 80 carry laner, where Ezreal does a lot of utility, a lot of damage, even through like probably 9. That'd be probably the best, safest bet. Ezreal does like all his great amount of damage during that lane phase, so can't really detriment yourself against that. Zyra, a really good support / AP pick as well. Lots of control as with her ult and her grasping rate. So overall, pretty safe bans for both teams. Again, probably not really anything banned out or targeted for either team.
A lot of jungle bans between this and the EU. I noticed, you know, Lee Sin, Shen, Mumu, Malphite, they're all out of the picture this round. And, you know, those dual lanes, the top lane or the jungle, and of course, you know, Shen, of course, the split push maneuvers that he's able to do. Yeah, they do kind of feel like solo Q-esque kind of bans, nothing really targeted, as you said. All right, so that means we got ourselves a Lulu and Caitlyn with a Xin Zhao likely in the jungle, but hey, I've seen Jasmine Bob take a Xin upstairs numerous occasions, so he could be easily a top lane. And I don't know, am I watching Destiny all of a sudden? We got a Draven bottom lane.
I mean, Draven's a great solo Q pick. I think I was looking at Robert Exley. We were talking about this before. Unfortunately, not the used to be Absolute Legend player. Now I don't know what team's up, but
yeah.
we'll actually see about that actually tomorrow probably. Draven's a really great solo Q pub stomper. Only thing about him though is in Team 5, Rank 5, Pre-5, you don't really get the best out of Draven because technically Draven falls out mid to late game, and unfortunately for not, if he doesn't get fed early, he doesn't really have that late or mid game presence. Although he can still get those kills really good and well with his spinning axes, he has to actually capitalize within the first few minutes. So we'll see if Draven can work out in that bottom lane. I mean, with TaK, it should work out because you have that stun, you have that damage, and you have Shatter on top of that. A lot of damage coming out from the League of Draven, so there you go with that.
Very ambiguous picks coming out for Team Agni Kai. You know, with Jax could easily be top, could be jungle, or hey, could be even mid. It's that kind of time in this of the game. Jarvan also another very susceptible mid with all the new changes. Could be top, could be jungle as well. Hell, I've seen support Jarvan. Maybe we're going to see a TaK jungle. You never know these days. Season 3 is really throwing in a lot of different experimentations. But it does look like our bottom lane is going to be solidified into an Urgot. Or no, that's a Caitlyn. They got a Caitlyn and an Urgot. So what are you thinking? Maybe Urgot mid?
Probably Urgot mid or Urgot top. This is really interesting to see. And the only time I actually played Urgot was during the ARAM, and I just thought about it with new possibilities that you have Mana Mune, with Mirror Mana, with new Iceborne Gauntlets as well. It's just a lot of goodness. And plus on that, we have a Malzahar pick.
Malzahar, they were hovering over top of Evelynn for a while. Evelynn, of course, has really shot up in popularity. Thank you, M5. But Malzahar, we don't really see that much. But now, if you look at it, we got a double suppress ready to go for Ultimate Gaming.
I mean, that's going to be really great. And on top of that, you have the Lulu ult as well to save Urgot when he does the swap. Really tanky, great damage output. Plus, on top of that, they can push pretty hard and poke pretty hard. I'm liking the comp of Ultimate Gaming. Very interesting to see Urgot come back into fruition into the battle of League of Legends. While we do see Orianna probably going to be locked in, I was saying that probably Team Agni Kai was going to go for that mid Jarvan, but it doesn't look like it. I guess they're just going to go pretty standard with top, mid, and bot.
Top, standard, bot. I don't know. We got a lot of different things here, but we are just waiting for the last 3 minutes to wind down. Looks like an Orianna will be the finisher there. Maybe I don't want that low. Alright. Sorry, I was experimenting. But, I mean, we did see earlier a Kha'Zix go mid on the EU side. Kha'Zix versus that Ryze, and he just absolutely ate Ryze for breakfast. It's just really interesting, this whole age of AD casters. I saw a Reddit thread calling RIP to the mages, and you know, the golden age is over kind of idea.
Well, just because they balanced out the 80 money for damage for the early game, so that it really benefits you to get those early 80 items pretty fast. Like, you've been seeing Black Cleaver probably build up in the first like 6 to 9 minutes if you do get like 2 or 3 kills, and that's just a usual solo queue right now. And unfortunately for now, with Black Cleaver or some of the other 80 items, Bloodthirster and such, getting a little bit buffed. Plus on top of that, you got the stats still that really help you out, lifesteal, health, armor penetration, such like that. You can't really like defend against that between the first like 8 to 9 minutes. You can get your armor probably within 13 to 50 minutes unless you're jungler. So like during the lane phase, it's just very detrimental and you cannot do anything about it. And unfortunately for not, I'm pretty sure we're going to see some nerfs. I mean, Iceborne Gauntlets gonna receive some nerfs, Black Cleaver again gonna get some nerfs again, but I mean overall it's still gonna be what it is, and that's what this meta is for right now. 80 kind of bruiser, 80 kind of damage, and 80s are gonna kind of rule the day for now.
Yep, for now. Alright, so the 3 minutes is up. It will be Xin in the jungle to meet up with that Jarvan, so I'm assuming it's going to be a Jax top lane, but that still kind of leaves us with a toss-up. We got a Caitlyn and an Urgot, and so could we see like a bit of a Korean style with a Caitlyn top lane using traps to control the bushes, using the range and the net just to kind of keep pace against the Jax, or are we going to see an Urgot go up there and just try to tank it out with him?
I mean, the thing would be Urgot probably, like, normal sense, it probably would be Urgot over the top lane, but I feel like they're going to put Urgot at the blue side, so yeah, probably bottom, put the Caitlyn Lulu mid, and then Malzahar top or something like that. Like, it's really weird because they have 3 things that can really push and really poke, but they don't have anything that's really like a tank or something to really stabilize that lane. I mean, that's why you have Matt on that Xin Zhou, and we'll see if that's going to be tanky Zhou or that's going to be AB Zhou as well. There's a lot of things Ultimate Gaming could do, and it's a really, really interesting kind of just setup for the team.
I'm going to take a quick look here at LAC.
On the settings.
Well, the runes and masters of Urgot. So, armor pen, magic resist armor, nothing really necessarily too out of the ordinary there. 9-21-0. So I do suspect it will be an Urgot top since he has 21 in defense, and then down to the armor penetration. He does have Summoner's Wrath, so we will have improved Ignite. He did take Ignite, I do believe. Yeah, the more typical that you see 3 Ignites these days, 2 Exhaust. Or sorry, 1 Exhaust, but we actually have a Cleanse on both of our AD carries for the bottom lane.
It's just because TaK and also Lulu's just damage output can kind of get onto there. I think more of that the Draven was thinking about the suppresses. You can't cleanse out a suppress sadly, so I don't know if Draven was thinking that through, but you can I don't know. Yeah, there isn't really anything. You can cleanse out the silence that you get from Malzahar, but yeah, suppress, cleanse, no bueno. QSS though, that'll work.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I've even seen a QSS ever since Season 3 started. And you can even upgrade it now into the Mercurial.
Yeah, the Mercurial Scimitar.
Scimitar. I was going to say Scepter, but that wasn't right.
It's okay. It worked out. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what it comes into play into fruition really soon. Again, Ultimate Gaming King Agni Kai, Alienware week number 5 for the NA side. And yeah, we're about to get it in right now.
Yeah, I'm just loading up. Got the white screen of just be patient. It's a terrible white screen to have in front of you. And the music has ended off on a really good note. So, GG, well played right there. Timing, man. All right, so we got some platinums. No, we got a diamond. No platinum. That's a diamond. Diamond and some golds. It's kind of, there's nothing in between.
Yeah, diamond is pretty high on there. There's a silver in there as well.
Oh,
we'll see if TaK can get some goodness in there as well. But J4 versus Zinjo in the jungle. I expect Zin to actually be pretty aggressive at the level 2, level 3 mark, because J4, even though it's a really good counter ganker, isn't the greatest of clearers between levels 1 to 3. So we'll see what'll happen with Zin and usually Matt going to go into the, if they're going to go invade into the jungle. And yeah, it's going to be a really interesting game once we see the lanes actually settle down and see where everything's going. I'm pretty sure everything will stay standard, but you never know. Ultimate Gaming has a really, really interesting comp.
All right, so UG versus Agni Kai here in the Alienware Arena. I'm going to do a little bit of reordering of the scoreboard, but Mr. Bird, what are your thoughts for just the game? Who do you think is going to take it in the end?
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna reserve my thoughts for that for right now. I feel like Team Agni Kai probably has a little bit of a standard way of winning, while Ultimate Gaming does have suppress over suppress. So we'll see if that works out really well. Overall, I think Blue Team has a better chance of surprising everyone.
If we get both those suppresses going and one of them's not on Orianna, could have a ball just kind of messing up their days, but we are ready to go into the jungle. People go. Got some machetes coming out. No flasks. That's an interesting note here for UG. We do have 2 on Agni Kai, our top and our mid. Flasks are more and more common. We do have a full inventory, however, on Lulu. 2 of those wards with the Vision ward, of course, with the Explorers as well, but neither team really seems to be making any kind of headway into looking at each other. Most of them just, they're kind of just bunched up on opposite sides of the map.
I feel like Team Agni Kai is probably doing the invade right now, though, to take away the blue buff away from Zin, because Zin usually should start over there. Matt's going to start over the red buff, really interestingly enough. But at least taking that down for J4 to take away early is actually really good, because, yeah, Zin will try to look over one way, but can't get it the other way.
Man, they're a talkative bunch up top, Team Agni Kai. They're all cracking jokes with each other in the bush. Which I guess is the only sane thing to do, because you're stuck in a bush with a whole bunch of people. I don't know what I'd be doing. But it does not look like we're going to be starting blue there with Matt anyways. He's going to be down here on red. Now I was thinking, you know, Ajin can start off red, just try to use that power. He does have Ghost as well, so if he catches a lane really far extended with the between the red and the knockups, should be able to, you know, do a decent chase with that. Maybe even help secure a first blood. But you're right, it will be that blue invade. Going to be given off to that Jarvan. Now we had the entire 5-man army there, so they're going to be a little bit more late to their rounds, especially that bot lane. This is going to give Caitlyn a little bit of extra time just to develop a bit of a farm lead. But Lulu, she's still kind of worried about that river invade.
Yeah, just in case, could have got them to that red buff or something like that, or just gone for a really late invade, but nothing to worry about over here. Zin is going to be waiting for this gank over mid. Level 1 versus level 2 of both Malzahar and that Zinjo, but Zinjo is actually just going to back away. Because since something is wrong with his jungle, I would believe that they would know by now, but we'll see if that will actually happen.
Yep, Jin not going to be hanging around mid that long. Instead, he will hit up those wolves. Did they actually clear all the... Yeah, they left one little right there at the blue, so that will screw up the timing a little bit, and this will just serve to really detriment the mid-blue giving as well. Now, since Jarvan does have that blue, there he is he going to give it off to Orianna, or is he just going to take it for himself for that extra bonus?
I mean, it's just for him to really take right now because Orianna's already pushed up over there. I would believe that just J4 wants to get levels up to about level 4 just so he can get some counter ganks if ever there would be a counter gank. But he's going to be pretty much ahead the whole time because Zen doesn't have the levels. So Zen's probably going to have to go for early gank, which what you see over here at top lane, or just steal some XP, which is actually pretty smart from Ultimate Gaming.
He's going to come out and back with that level 3. He does have that red buff. Oh, there goes the leap strike as well on top of Lack. And now we are going to get those heat-seeking missiles coming in. UG Matt going to go for the first blood. Is going to grab it. Maybe not. There we go. Have to get those double flashes going. First blood will go down. Now we almost took down Outbreak, down Souter and all that. And now he does drop to Caitlyn. And at the same time, UG Tyrone got almost all in on in that mid. We still have that Ignite ready to go. I wonder if Ignite and a little bit extra pressure from Orianna would have been a kill as well, but all 3 lanes simultaneously just kind of breaking out in fistfights.
Yeah, unfortunately for that, Caitlyn just got a little bit too happy on that Draven. Draven again doesn't have the Ignite, so couldn't really counter it back. Had enough damage probably to bring it back into probably an even trade if ever. Unfortunately, Draven did fall down over at bottom lane. On top of that, the mid secure really could have happened if TaK Natsumi could have actually probably gotten a flash to Ignite, probably another auto attack. It would have been an easy kill on Malzahar right over there at mid.
We got a counter ward in the bottom lane, so no vision coming out for TaK. So they're literally shoved right up against their tower and kind of blind at the same time. We are going to head on back to town, though. Nocturnal should have at least double Dorans coming out, if not boots. No, it's going to be Vamp and boots. All right, so no damage, is going to go straight for the sustain. She doesn't have that pocket healer like, you know, that TaK, but at the same time with Lulu, they do afford a lot of poke, and we saw that earlier as well in the EU.
I mean, yeah, Lulu is one of the best supports right now in the game just because of just the versatility that you can push the lane and you can do damage. While we do see a gank over top, Draven getting a lot of damage on the UG Lock, and Lock is probably going to go down off of this. Jack's still trying to get the kill, but he's going to take a few more shots into it. He's going to leap strike and get killed off over there, but we do see Malzahar trying to rotate out to this top lane.
And that's one of the strengths of Urgot, that extra shield plus the heat seeking can just go to town on them. But, you know, Malzahar, valiant attempt, going to come up here. He will be able to alleviate the pressure, but will not be able to kind of exact any kind of revenge. Now, Nocturnal is back bottom lane. Level 4 to the 3, eats a pilt over Mr. Outbreak. And Outbreak does not have anything on stand aside. He has 2 into the spinning axes, 1 into the blood rush, so... If I recall, you have that little mini game with the axes on Draven. Is it worth taking the time to get the double spin going?
I mean, you can get it on, but it's really hard. We do see the shockwave going out at mid. Usually Matt's going to try to get that down, but he's going to be taken down. This is going to be a trade-off, though. Tyrone will pick up a kill onto that Orianna.
Yeah, we didn't have level 6 suppressed ready to go. He was still 5. He is now 6 as well. Piltover not going to be able to take down Outbreak any farther than he is. And Outbreak is only just sitting on boots and pots, so he's really feeling that pressure. And if you look at the last hits, Caitlyn, 44 to the 19 of Draven. This is definitely swinging very wildly in Ultimate Gaming's favor.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just how it is right now, I would say. I don't know. We'll see into later fruition, truthfully. Going back to the Draven point, though, yeah, this is unfortunate that it doesn't have stand aside. You do see people for Draven at least take a stand aside about level 3. But taking on level 4 with yourself getting down on 1 kill is not a very good thing, especially since you have Cleanse as your summon spell. Like, when I think of Draven, I think of I want to go in and I want to get kills really fast. Although Cleanse is a really standard thing for AD carries right now, in this standpoint, it's not looking too good for himself.
Wow, super aggressive move coming out with that caliber net. Not able to get the ace in the hole. A good stun coming out from Talito. But, you know, a very, very aggressive bottom lane coming out from UG. Now, this might work against them if they do push out any farther. We do got a Jarvan just waiting for them there, and we could have something going on. Nope, no stun going to be coming down. I saw the pings going down as well. I was thinking maybe mid was coming to the party, but what's going on up top? Alpha Legion pushing back a little bit against TaK. TaK able to return a little bit of damage, but looks like he got more of the raw end of the deal.
Yeah, TaK is still just building up on that tier of the goddess, and he's gonna go get to the mirror mana kind of soon. Not pretty soon, but kind of soon. And gonna be building up to probably Iceborne Gauntlets as well. Bloodthirster, Black Cleaver. I mean, there's so many things you can go with Urgot right now. Unfortunately, if Urgot's ranges were a lot better, he would be probably #1 flavor of the month. But we'll see what will be happening over the top lane. I mean, he's doing a pretty good job. 33-26 on the CS score.
Wow, absolutely nothing that Sume could do there. It was just the suppress in front of the damage dot as well as the goo on the floor. Don't exactly know skills names right off. Malefic Visions and something else, I don't know. But TaK doing a swap on top of Alpha Legion, looking for those tower shots. Unfortunately, did not do as much as he probably wanted. Mid lane, Tyrone maybe able to chase off Kirito. He did throw down that Ignite as well as the Malefic Visions there. Oh, he's actually going to drop to it. I did not see that one coming. So 2-on-1, Tyrone going beastly bottom lane. 3-man gank coming down. You're going to be chasing out Outbreak. That's going to be leaving Talito to kind of pick up the tab. And against that angry minion wave under the tower with that exhaust, they're looking for the kill. The trap coming out. But he was able to stall for enough time. Able to take down Matt at the same time. Draven actually picking up that kill. So they chased him out, but he was still able to get that farm. Could be the death of a tower bot lane, but still they're not letting up. Alpha Legion top lane going all in on top of TaK. Has that Ignite taken down, eats right through the shield, and Alpha Legion able to put a kill on the board.
Good job by Alpha Legion getting one on over top, who really kind of needed that to even out the gold. Oh, Nocturnal could have got the kill onto the Draven, but Draven just going back away from this. Draven at level 5, Nocturnal at level 7. Biggest number in the score of the game, literally. 5 to 7, that's never a good place to be in, and as an AD carry.
28 creeps to Draven. Poor guy. He's feeling that burn. We're actually across the board just more ahead in terms of the creeps for UG in every lane. 41-39 top, 82-28 bottom. It's just, oh, that is some massive stuff, Bird. Now, do we have enough for a BF? Yeah, as I said, she picks herself up a BF, so she's going to be coming back to lane, hitting just that much harder.
Yeah, and it's going to be probably either a Bloodthirster first, or probably going to go try to get that rush Infinity Edge. So many things that you could do with Caitlyn right now. While we do have Urgot coming right back into a Manamune with 136 stacks, so he has quite a bit of time to get that mana, but really quickly, you know, the nerf to boots really kind of say to what Urgot's doing right now. I mean, literally skipped everything just to get to that Manamune.
Well, I guess he really just wants to get to that point with the Mira mana. So we got the stand aside going down on top of Nocturnal. Not really going to be able to create an opportunity. He's throwing down that trap as well. Again, Nocturnal just really trying to control the space in this bottom lane. Doesn't matter that Draven has red. I guess he picked that up from Zinja when he died. But you know, with that trap, you know, they're able to just dance around it, control that space, and look at all the auto attacks she's able to land on top of Outbreak. They're just absolutely getting shredded in this bot lane. Nocturnal still throwing them down. We did have a Pix go down as well. The Piltover able to hit Talito, but I don't think it will be quite the dive. Tower is still standing, although it's not exactly healthy.
Yeah, it's about to go down really quickly. I mean, a few more tower shots, tower love hits, really good. We'll be seeing that. Really quickly, looking at the mid, Orianna building into a tier of the goddess. Is she gonna go for Seraph's Embrace while we do see a gank over bot?
Cataclysm going down. You hear the Demacia battle cry. We had the lawnmower come out as well from Outbreak. The Whirling Death. I think it's better known as a lawnmower. But yeah, able to get that kill. Mid, however, Orianna, skin of her teeth, somehow did not get instigated by the combo that did one-shot her earlier. Now we are going to go right here on top of Toledo. We do got UG Matt in here. Crescent Strike and no Ignite going down, but we do got a Flash. Still not enough to take down Kalito, but we are going to charge right into Kirito. Stupid names, but no kills going down either way.
I was unfortunate Nocturnal did not get any ignite damage slash. I don't think there was an ignite there at bottom, so there's no way that they could really save it out. So it's good to back him up. I feel like Zen and Caitlyn probably could go for Dragon, but they're just gonna go push up this tower. Probably go back by a Bloodthirster and just kind of push it in for the early game.
Kalito, Alpha, and Kirito, and Natsume. There's a very strong theme going on in Team Agni Kai.
Good names, except for Alpha Legion.
Yeah, except for Outbreak. Like, what? Something.
Yeah, exactly.
But 6-5, 12, almost 13 minutes in. Bloodthirster now on Caitlyn, a 13-minute Bloodthirster. Really strong coming out of her. Almost 110 creeps in 13 minutes, so she's really staying up there in terms of the last hit ability. And we did just hit 100 now for Malzahar as well. Those Malefic Visions doing him some good work in terms of those numbers, as well as the Harass, because they do jump to heroes. But Lack is just starting to struggle this top lane. Like, he has nothing defensive except that shield. And, of course, the swap really doesn't do him too much if there's nobody to help combo it.
I mean, the swap does give him a little bit of armor match resist, so that'll help him out. And right now, we do see Tyrone going to get caught in between Carlito and Alpha Legion, able to just smack that down, no problem, really easily onto that Malzahar.
The power of wards, my friend. They knew he was coming, set up that ambush, and took him down for that killing spree bonus. But since we do know that everyone's kind of top lane, Nocturno and Suijin Heki are going to be taking a shot here at that dragon, as you said. I mean, they could have done it. They already pink warded it out, so we do know that the vision is not there. Lack, however, forced out of that top. He is going to be heading back to the town, but Matt is down here as well. This should be a fairly easy dragon in their pocket unless the Whirling Death comes out. And well, it's going to come out, but it's not going to be any time like the present. It's just way too late.
Yeah, unfortunately for now, Albert Kyler probably could have stolen that dragon because Zen wasn't actually very close to it. Slash the damage was of course enough for that Whirling Death to pick up the kill, but don't feel like they were just going for that. I think they just want to sight and make sure that they had the timing for that dragon, so that the next fight they'll actually be able to contest it. I mean, only 4K down on a 14-minute game, it's not that bad of a deal for TaK. But the biggest thing is the pressure of the turrets is going to be pretty soon happening. And Malzahar is really great pusher, almost has his middle turret down. Top lane, I mean, Urgat's not a good pusher, so I mean, it might be working out better for them at top.
Good counter stun combo coming in with that creep wave top, but Pick's not going to hit his mark bottom lane, as we do got Matt kind of hanging out in the mid. Outbreak, however, still taking a little bit too much auto attack damage. In terms of farm, he does have that Vamp Scepter and Adorns, but it's nothing compared to that Bloodthirster. And you can see that we're going to hit that triple mark soon in terms of the creeps. Lack, however, getting maybe all into here. Alpha Legion with the ult is going to do off the swap. Here comes Matt, and the jump and flash. It looks like he's going to be okay for now. Matt is in furious pursuit. Do got that red going off as well. Still looking for that knock up, the burning sensation. We are going to get the heat seeking. Is it going to be enough? No, he hit a creep. Oh, and he's not going to be able to grab that kill. However, Nocturnal is going to be dropping bot lane. Really good escape there by Alpha Legion in the top.
Yeah, I was just following what has happened to Caitlyn. Caitlyn kind of got on the wrong side of the bush, slash she was on the wrong side of the map, and literally just got caught between a TaK and a J4. TaK's stun equals pretty much GG for her, so she did fall down over there. But on the turn, we do see the top lane turret going to be taken down, and the mid lane turret, again, not having too much health. Really good play right now from Ultimate Gaming. Unfortunately, well, Caitlyn got caught right over there. It's not the biggest deals because literally they have so much control going to be happening within the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate for the Caitlyn. Their plan almost succeeded, but they are going to be able to, just as you said, put up this turret pressure. They're up 2-0, soon to be 3-0. Their turrets across the board are actually pretty healthy. And in terms of the kills, I mean, we are pretty close. It's just that power of the farm in terms of those creeps is the only real difference between these two teams at this point.
Yeah, definitely the farm is just too big, and then the controlled objectives really strong. I mean, those towers give you so much gold technically in the early game that you really will launch you up to another item or so. Biggest difference right now in gold, we got 6k to 4k over from the mid lanes. Yeah, 6k to 4k over at the bottom lane as well for the 80 carry. It's never good to be almost 2k up in this early minutes of 17 to be up per se.
Yep, so 17 minutes in, there goes that tower. Looking for maybe a little bit of a jungle invade. We do got that blue going, and here comes Matt, but we do have it both warded on both sides. Kirito's going to come in with that banner and lion charge, but who got the blue? Oh, Caitlyn got the blue.
It was Nocturnal. Yeah. And Kalito is going to be taken down super fast, no problem. But the Shockwave is going to turn this fight around easily. Great job by Natsumi. And actually, Outbreak going to be able to pick up the kill through the blade damage. Outbreak going to be used. That cleanse is really late, but I mean, again, cleanse you can't get out of it. But a really good trade-off overall. If Natsumi and Kirito, whatever your name is, gets all the kills. And yeah, there you go. 4 for 2 right there. Great job over there by Team Agni Kai.
Team Agni Kai coming out ahead on that one. Maybe just too much invested in picking up that blue. I kind of thought Natsume was going to drop after that Ignite landed on top of her and the Malefic Visions, but she came out of that the skin of her teeth. So yeah, not the best of trades for UG, a 2 for 3. So, you know, the only people not there was these top lanes. Alpha Legion, you know, he's kind of tanked up a lot. Ninja Tabby, Doran Shield, the Phage, really trying to put down some of the pressure here on top of the Lack. One tower shot is always going to get out of that ultimate, but at the same time, the shield coming out, just going to be keep knocking them on. Alpha Legion kind of realizing that the only way to try to win is to kill all in. And unfortunately for him, just was not enough. The damage output from Lack just seems to be overcoming as time goes on.
Yeah, definitely. The armor penetration is a big thing about Urgot, especially level 5 on the Asset Hunter. Good stuff to see that Urgot coming into play yet again, but also because Glacial Shroud was there, it gave it a little bit of extra resist. So again, Jax couldn't really finish it off. Although Jax could have possibly won 2 or 3 Asset Hunters missed over there, because technically, if you're over on top of somebody and you're trying to use Asset Hunter, the Asset Hunter won't recognize that and it won't actually hit that. So gotta kind of position yourself a little bit better, but I mean, overall, Lack is going to be really strong really soon. They pick up the Glacial Shot, has really picked up Mercury Treads, probably going to be picking up that Iceborne Gauntlet, I think that's what it's called, the Frozen Fist, but Iceborne Gauntlets pretty soon, which is going to add so much more damage to him.
Well, it's either that or the Frozen Heart. Definitely more of a Season 2 favorite, but what I'm a little bit scared of here is the 169 creeps on Caitlyn. She's 2-2-2, but before 20 minutes has herself that Phantom Dancer locked in. So that's what's scary to me. Kalito, wrong place, wrong time, bro, as he does get suppressed down to death. So now this should be a relatively easy dragon, had it actually been up. Instead they're just going to pink ward it down, clear out the vision, maybe go for the blue, but the blue should still be down for another few minutes. And I guess we're just going to wait it out for the dragon. Should be coming up fairly soon.
It's about 1 minute or so, like, or now.
Or now, yeah.
So, or now, yeah, exactly. So, easy peasy, going to be picking up another K. Good thing for the team of blue, who is now up 6k gold. It's looking pretty grim for Team Agni Kai, but then again, they have some really good initiation, some really good damage output. If they can protect the carries of Draven, Orianna, and Orianna can get a great shockwave, probably defense ball onto Kirito Arch / J4 and then walk it from there. I can feel like TaK can come back from this, but that's kind of the only way, because there's no pressure really from anything on the lanes.
Well, we still have Alpha Legion up top, and we do have Urgot up there just to kind of clear it. And again, like, there's really no tower damage on UG's side. They're fairly healthy. They've taken 3 towers, 2 dragons to the 0 of each for Team Agni Kai. So that's where a lot of that gold difference come in. Plus, of course, the creep differences at this point. We're 100 creeps ahead of Draven in that bottom lane. 183 to 86. That's a pretty staggering difference.
It's a lot of poke, a lot of positioning, and it's kind of a detriment to play Draven against Caitlyn just because of the range difference as well. We do see an engage from J4. J4 is going to get re-engaged upon by that Zin. Great shockwave to get Zin, but Zin's probably still doing great. Tyrone actually getting the ultimate from Lily, so that's going to be a lot of damage to me re-negating. Alpha Legion coming in from the fray, but unfortunately for not did not do anything else. And TaK is just going to go right down. Nocturnal was saved out, Sujin Heki was saved out, and the carry of Tyrone easily saved out from there. So great job by UG taking that ace. 5 for 1.
5 on 4, no less. Because we did not have Lack there. Lack was kind of making a slow way on over. but he's a gigantic blob. I mean, he's not exactly the fastest runner in the stable. So he is going to be able to take down this mid, doing a little bit of a split push. Bottom tower is now dropped 4 for 0, and that's going to be 5 and 6 as we do lose out that mid. Now here comes Kirito. I didn't even see a Demacia come out of him last round. I think he got bursted down before he could even get to his target.
Yeah, he was just trying to get right onto Caitlyn, and unfortunately for not, just got wrecked with all the poke that was coming in from Nocturnal and Tyrone. And I mean, what can you do? J4 has to get in there, and you have to go all in. And if you can't even go all in against them, it's just impossible to try to go against this. And now with Lack actually roaming around and doing some movement, team fights are going to be so much harder for TaK Agni-Kai, especially with Lack's ultimate ability, the hyperkinetic position reverser. It's gonna really change the game for TaK Agni-Kai to not really do anything during these team fights.
Swap in for that Urgot, and then just throw down that stream of pain from Malzahar, and it's just you're literally going to get 100 to 0'd, and you cannot do anything about it unless you have that sash, which I don't really see anyone kind of building towards at this point. It's more typical, just solo lane items at this point. I mean, we got the Bloodthirster boots combo on Draven. We got the Sightstone going into what I'm assuming is going to be an Aegis for TaK. Again, pretty standard stuff. Liandry's Torment. Not quite ready for Orianna, but we do have it there on Malzahar. Malzahar is up 8-2-3 compared to the 3-3-3 of Orianna. She's had a really rough time. And then, of course, top lane, we still got that Phage, but I'm not really too sure where Jax is trying to go with this.
Probably going to try to go for Trinity Force, or I don't know. Like, truthfully, I just don't think TaK really has anything in the field to come back into this. And if they get caught right over here, Outbreak is all by himself. Going to try to get caught over there, and then he gets suppressed. Then he gets the Null Void down, but it does not matter. Easily getting picked up by Tyrone.
100-0. No defensive items. You get caught out like that. No sash. No team help. Yeah, it's pretty much an easy kill. Now, he won't have it for the team fight, but the Malzahar ultimate, not really that useful in a team fight, as it is kind of single target. It's all about the Malefic Visions, the goo, and the silence as well.
Yeah, just the DPS that you can bring out with Malzahar is just so hard, and especially that Voidling as well. Even though it's just a little thing, it'll help out tank out turret shots. It'll help out tank out some other things. It'll give out some DPS as well. So overall, it's a lot of damage output. I mean, Tyrone doesn't really need that suppress if you do have another suppress right behind you with Locke's hyperkinetic position reverser.
Man, I always saw his Natsume's health just disappear. Unfortunate for her. She is going to be heading on back, but hey, the split pushing maneuver is working. Tyrone keeping them busy mid. We're pushed all the way up now to the inhibitor. UG Matt with the last whisper on top of things, able to take their first inhibitor at 25 minutes.
Yeah, and this looks like UG's going to try to push it in for the win right now. Lack is just going to go trying to tank it up like a boss over in the middle. He does have that Frozen Heart, so he's going to mitigate a lot of that attack speed as well. So, I mean, that's a fun thing to have if you're an all AD team, which is pretty much what TaK is right now. So TaK Agni-Kai going to try to defend, going to go right onto Lack. Not probably the smartest idea. That's going to re-engage. There is the shockwave, and here comes the damage output from Jarvan. But unfortunately for not, Tyrone's going to get enough damage just to get to Turlito, and it is going to be actually the kill onto J4. And yes, the switch, the dip, and the triple slash. Is it going to be Quadro? Nope.
The bait, the switch, the kills, the win. That's pretty much the end game story here, ladies and gentlemen. Tyrone took a lot of pressure, but did you see how long he lived through all of that? I mean, he got the wild growth, he had shields, he had pretty much every trick in the book to keep him alive, and well, was it worth it. 5 for 1, 21-13. UG will be able to take the win here in the winter season of Week 5, Alienware Arena, North America. Yeah,
I mean, what can you say? That Urgot, that Malzahar, those 2 picks alone, plus Caitlyn being really good, is really, really what actually got that game going.
We ended up getting that Mirror Mana, actually, on Urgot, but he did go for the Frozen Heart. So he definitely wanted that tankiness, not the Frozen Mallet, or sorry, the Frozen Fist.
Yeah, Iceburn Gauntlet. I mean, at that point, you just kind of wanted to mitigate any possibility, a chance of them actually coming back into this. J4, Draven, Jax all rely on some attack speed, so denying that attack speed probably was the smartest idea from Urgot. Either way, having that Glacial Shroud is still pretty much #1 key for Urgot to get into a mid-game presence, or either that or Brutalizer. But those are two good CDR items that gives you mana and gives you damage and, you know, goodness.
26-minute win, not a terrible way to go here in Alienware. So that will be in Week 5 now to a close. The EU substitute is already up on the YouTube. This will be joining it momentarily, and I guess that will be it from us here, guys. So next Thursday, about 2-3 p.m., 8-9 p.m., both Eastern, we will have the EU and NA Week 6 ready to roll, both the Bird and the FourCourtJester. Bird, where can people find you out there?
You can come and find me on twitter.com/L3IRD or facebook.com/L3IRDgaming. Yeah, other than that, FourCourtJester, I'm pretty sure you can just search FourCourtJester on probably Ask Jeeves, and it'll probably come up with everything that FourCourtJester has.
I want to go try that now. All right, guys, enjoy your League of Legends, and ooh, that was way too loud. Enjoy your League of Legends, and we'll catch you a little later.